What if to look better as you age, you start taking things away instead of adding more things? So I've owned a med spa for over 20 years and I help women look and feel their best both here and in different programs. But for myself, I would always put myself last. In this video, I'm going to talk about the things that I had to unlearn in order to look and feel my best now at 50 than I did in my 20s and 30s. So if you're a woman over 40 and you just feel burned out and you want to change the way you look and feel, then this video is for you. I'll give you my top tips of what I figured out and has really helped me thrive instead of just surviving. In my 20s, 30s, even early 40s, I thought in order to look good, I had to eat less, exercise more. I didn't care about sleep. I would say yes to everything and never prioritize myself. But then I hit a wall after I had my third baby at the age of 45. And I knew something had to change. I did not look and feel how I wanted to look. I was skinny fat, so I was looked thin, but I was super mushy, had a high body fat percentage. I was drinking a lot every night, a couple glasses of wine. I was barely exercising. I was just working and running with the kids, working, not taking care of myself. And I was just exhausted. I was grumpy. I had a short temper, and I just didn't like the way that my life was going. I didn't like how I looked, and I didn't like how the worst part is I would have this brain fog. It was working for me when I was a lot younger, wasn't working anymore. It was backfiring. So whatever I was doing with my diet and my workouts, was completely not working, and I just looked so mushy and had no energy. And I was just like, what is going on? This used to work for me, and it's not working. My biggest challenge, and I see it with a lot of women in some of my programs, is restricting calories. It's so built into the mindset for women of when I was growing up to, don't eat a lot if you want to be thin. And it's such a hard habit to break, even when you kind of know you should be eating more. But for me, I wanted to envision this person that I wanted to become, which was a healthy, strong woman. And I knew in order to be healthy and strong, I had to fuel my body. So I couldn't think about everything I had to take out of my diet. I wanted to think more about what I had to include into my diet. So not focusing on what I couldn't have, but focusing on all the things that I could have and fueling my body with more protein and fiber. So, that my skin could be better. I could build muscle, that I, wouldn't have cellulite anymore. So really focused on how I could just look better and feel better. And I knew I needed more nutrients in my body so that this brain fog would go away. I knew I didn't want to have a cognitive decline. I take care of a family member that has early dementia, and I was like, I do not want that to happen to me. What vitamins and supplements do I need to take so that I can not go down that road? The next thing I did was I had to take control of my time. I was so used to saying, I don't have time to work out, I don't have time to make healthy meals, I don't have time. But when I prioritized myself, I was like, I need to find the time. I'm going to find the time because I'm going to make myself a priority, because I need to be the healthiest, strongest version of myself so that I can show up and be the best mom. I can be good at work. I can be a good wife, whatever it is. So I did a time audit. I did another video on, managing your time. I would definitely watch that. But I did a time audit to see where I was wasting time and where I could be more productive and where I could find chunks of time so that I could become the healthiest, strongest version of myself. And it was literally just 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here of where I could dedicate time to myself. I literally used to work out next to the bathtub when my kids were in the bathtub. I would do a 10-minute workout or a 20-minute workout in the bathroom, literally in the bathroom. I didn't care. I just wanted to get it done and start to build momentum to become this healthiest, strongest version of myself. So the next thing was perfectionism and criticism. So expecting myself to be perfect all the time and stop criticizing myself. So I wanted to start to build myself up. I wanted to start to talk to myself in the way that I would talk to my best friend or the way that I talk to my kids. When I realized the way that I talk to myself or my self-talk, it was horrible. And I was like, why am I so hard on myself? I would never talk to someone else in the way that I talk to myself. So I wanted to change that. And little by little, I would try and do something challenging every single day so that I could be proud of myself. So a lot of times I would do something at the gym, or I would learn something And this started to build my confidence over time. And every day I would say, Jen, I'm so proud of you. I would reflect on my day and I would focus on the things that I did versus the things that I didn't do. And this really helped to build momentum and helped to build my confidence. I would just envision this strong, healthy version of myself, and I just kept going after that. And I knew I couldn't tear myself down anymore. I had to just only build myself up. So I had to unlearn being comfortable. So I found that most people, including myself, would just always go to what's comfortable and what I knew, and that wasn't serving me. So when I started to do uncomfortable things, when I started to push myself, it was hard, but it enabled me to build myself up. To, even if I would fail, I would give myself credit for trying something. So I would get out of, what was comfortable and challenge myself. So I would get up early in the morning before the kids would get up and take time for myself. And then that was super hard in the beginning, and it didn't happen every single day. But over time, it did. And then I was like, I'm so proud of you, Jen, for getting up 30 minutes earlier, taking time for yourself. I would do like a little workout in the morning while my coffee was brewing. I would just take time for myself. I started journaling. So little by little, I would just be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it just made me a stronger version of myself. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to build myself up to be the healthiest, strongest version of myself, to be a good role model for my kids. And that doesn't come from things that come easily to you. So if you're a woman over 40 and you're really struggling, don't think about the things that you need to add to your plate. Think about the things that you can take off your plate to be the healthiest, strongest version of yourself. You don't need to add more things. You just need to take a time audit and see where you can replace things that do not serve you. If you want to become the healthiest, strongest version of yourself, don't add, like, you're going to say, I need to work out and I need to eat healthy, and then you're going to get overwhelmed. So see what's something that you can take out that isn't serving you, and then replace it with something else. It's not about adding more, it's just about being strategic and having a process and a strategy and envisioning this new version of yourself and acting like that person. So this has totally changed my life. I think it can really help you if you are struggling with overwhelm and not liking how you're feeling. Give this a try. Comment down below on some things that you are going to change. And if you're here on this 30-day journey, trying to become the healthiest, strongest versions of ourselves, I'm so happy that you're here, and I will see you tomorrow.